The thing is this: file management is a core basic skill, but it's one that you need to have. And it's not one that's intuitive for a lot of computer users. A lot of us get on the computer because we need to do something and you get right to it, whatever that is, that thing you're doing, making a flyer, putting numbers in a spreadsheet for your budget, managing your email, connecting on Zoom, etc. But file management isn't anywhere in there directly, but indirectly it is. And it's important because when you're finished creating that flyer, when you're finished creating that budget, when you download something from your email, even on a Zoom call, if you are saving that, if you're recording that Zoom call and saving it, this all has to do with file management because once you're done with it and you've saved it, it is going somewhere on your computer or some computer. Where is it going? So I want to explore just what the basics are, what the I don't want to say philosophy, but I guess what the logic is, what the overlying logic is, because that's going to just help you completely going forward, knowing where you have saved your stuff, where your stuff is. So you can find it easily the next time you're looking for that flyer because you want to send it in an email. You're looking for that budget because you want to print it. Where is it? Let's look at some of the underlying logic. I am just going to do a quick review here and look at the courses that we have in this community and on the YouTube page, but I will have more in the community with more details about the nuances of what this stuff is and how to navigate it. Just know that it's not you. Again, file management, the way that it's set up on the computer is not particularly intuitive. But you know, especially if you're running a business, how important it is to be organized. The reason that you're not, the reason that you can't find your files, it's not you, but you understanding the system gives you the tools that you need so you can be organized. You can be effective and you're not wasting time. Here's a quick offline example that I use often. Your data on the computer is stored in folders, really similar to what we have in real life. A lot of things in Windows, especially, even before Windows, are kind of modeled off of real life, to make sense for what you're doing on the computer. It is related to an activity and a format or an organization, something that you are familiar with, the user is familiar with in real life. So a folder in real life is a place where you what? Store papers. This folder is empty. What kind of papers? Maybe it's a story. It would be a document. Or maybe it's a picture, like a JPEG. But there are many sorts of picture graphics files besides JPEG. Maybe it is your budget stored in a spreadsheet. Maybe it is a magazine that you downloaded, saved on your computer as a PDF. All of these files that I've showed you with the different 3 letters after it, those 3 letters tell the computer and you what type of file it is. And that's something that is something that is covered in one of these videos. But we can have all of these papers, all of these files just willy-nilly on our desktop. That's not great organization. Let's say all of these sheets that I have right here have to do with stories my business wants to tell. These all have to do with stories. Actually, this one doesn't have to do with stories. This one has to do with something else. But these have to do with stories. This one I'm not done with yet. So I'm going to leave it on my desktop. You have a desktop on your computer. It's the same kind of concept. But to keep this organized, I want this off my desktop because I don't need it right now. And when I need it later, I want to be able to find it. So I'm going to file it in a folder called Stories. In real life, open the folder, put the papers in, they're organized. And I'll put that folder down. Even if I leave the folder on my desktop, it's still better organized. But I'm probably going to put it away, let's say, in a file cabinet. But when I'm looking for it later, I can find it because I know that's where I stored it. Let's look and see, what does this look like literally on the computer? All right, so this window is open in a folder called Documents. And I can tell because in the address bar, Documents is highlighted. And I can tell over here in the navigation pane, Documents is highlighted. It has that blue haze behind it. Check out some of the videos that I have on File Explorer and how to work with that and what the different sections are. But in the meantime, I've got a folder and I've got these 3 files just sitting in this folder. I can make this a little more organized. If I want a folder called Stories. I don't have one. I'm going to right click on my mouse. I'm going to click on New with the left, and I'm going to click on Folders on this right click menu. I have a new folder popped up. I have a new folder that has popped up, and it is ready immediately for me to name it. I can tell because the name is highlighted in blue. I am going to just start typing the word Stories. And when I'm done, I'm hitting the Enter key. Now I have a new folder that's going to help me stay organized. These all have to do with stories, and I want to put them in this folder. I'm going to grab this file and move it over the folder, and it has not disappeared. It is in the Stories folder. I'm going to open the Stories folder, double click, and there's the file that I just moved. I need to go back to where those other files were. Now, how do I get back there? That I was in the folder outside of Stories. Right now, I'm in the Stories folder, as I can see here in the address bar. I'm going to click one folder back to go one step back, one level back to where the files were in the first place. Remember when I said I knew we were in our Documents folder? And I know that's where these files are. I'm going to select the rest of the files and move them all at the same time. They all are highlighted, selected. I'm going to click on just one file and hold my mouse down and drag it over the Stories folder. It seems like they've disappeared. They have not. Over here, anything on this side of Explorer, you have to double click. Anything on this side is one click. So I'm going to double click on the Stories folder, and I can see all the files that I just moved in the Stories folder. And now I have a little bit more organization that makes sense to me. So all of these steps that I did, you've probably had a 17-year-old show you this stuff really fast, just like that. I've got a lot of videos where I'm going to slow this down, show you what the clicks are, what the keyboard keys are that you're tapping, and what the logic is. You only have to learn this once. Once you learn it, you'll understand how to organize your files. And it's probably going to make sense once somebody slows it down and just explains it to you. But again, organization is a skill to me that a lot of business owners already have. And it is absolutely a desire a lot of business owners have because you are juggling so many balls. You are constantly learning new things, which is awesome. That's why we are what we are. Having this little cornerstone, this core skill is just going to help you so much further with all of those things. You're creating new videos. Where is that video that I recorded on my phone? How do I get it on my computer? This, you need to know the core file management. Understanding that, it's going to be so much easier getting that video off your phone onto your computer. You need to download invoices constantly from your email. Where are they going? Why can't I find them? Understanding the core of file management will get you there. And We are working with Windows computers, but this structure is common. This structure, by and large, is with most computer systems that I've ever worked with. Linux, which is probably no one here, Apple computers, Chromebook, if you're saving your things on the cloud, OneDrive, Google Drive, etc. This file management structure is almost exactly the same. Some of the buttons that you click or some of the menus might look different, and some of the names of the commands might look a little different depending on which system you're using. But rest assured, this basic logic is going to take you far no matter what system you use. So I just wanted to talk a little bit about that today, the core and the outline and the basics of understanding file management. Learn it once, move on. Now and learn the other things that you need to learn, whether it's your CMS system, your customer management system, because you want to manage all of your customers' contact information, but once in a while you want to download it to your computer, to making videos, to creating pictures in Canva or in Photoshop or just anything you're using. This core understanding will make it all so much easier. This was fun, as always, for me, because I love this stuff. It's my jam. And I will see you all next week. Happy computing starts here. Is a skill to me that a lot of business owners already have. And it is absolutely a desire a lot of business owners have because you are juggling so many balls. You are constantly learning new things, which is awesome. That's why we are what we are. Check out the other videos that go into more detail about file management and what are files, or check out our community, the I Get It Tech Classroom. Look in the description below. I'm going to share my screen. I'm going to take my glasses off. Those of you who are nearsighted know can't see close with the glasses on, which is just fun for me. For all the years I've had to wear glasses, everybody who now has to wear reading glasses and they can't find their glasses, I always know where my glasses are and I don't need them for reading.